Penguins fans, close your ears to this one. This is an insane quote we got that could break the NHL if it were to go through. And it regards one of the best hockey players of all time, Sidney Crosby. Welcome to Sports Ham. Like, comment, subscribe if you like content like this or want to see more. We have an interview from Marc-Andre Fleury where he said that he believes Sidney Crosby should leave the Pittsburgh Penguins. I can't even imagine it. Lifelong Penguins fan, this makes me sick to my stomach knowing that a former teammate would say this. But not just that, the reality of the situation. Should Sidney Crosby leave the Pittsburgh Penguins? First of all, Taylor, what do you think?
Oh, he should leave. Get out of Dodge. Well, yeah. I personally, Rangers fan, not a Pittsburgh fan. Anyone who has been watching us will know this. And it's nothing against Pittsburgh. It just, look, man, 3 years in a row, they haven't made the cut. That's got to be rough. Sid is like still going hard. He was amazing in the Four Nations. It's just one of those things where if he really wants another cup, because it's what he wants, right? If he wants another cup, I think he's got to get out of Dodge. I think he's got to. I don't see Pittsburgh feels to me like they're trying to go for a long retool and kind of rebuild, and that's not the team you're going to win the cup on or win the cup with in the next couple of years. It's just not.
Yeah, and you know who would agree with you is former teammate of Sidney Crosby, Marc-Andre Fleury, who recently retired, still beloved across the NHL, of course. He sat down for a candid interview. This was picked up by hockeyfeed.com. Check it out over there. He's reflecting on his future off the ice, but he couldn't ignore the noise around a former teammate, Penguins captain, Team Canada captain, every trophy winner, Sidney Crosby. So what was said kind of blew my mind as a lifelong Penguins fan, as a huge fan of not obviously just Sid the Kid, but also Marc-Andre. Marc-Andre Fleury commented in French, so this is translated to French. I am not fluent. He says, I can't answer for him, but it sounds like I'm wishing for him to leave. Pittsburgh has missed the playoffs for 3 years in a row, and things aren't looking good for next season. I wish him well in his quest for a Stanley Cup. He's a winner and a good player. No doubt there. It's looking like the Penguins franchise is sort of counting what they have and looking to build for the future. And it's hard to do when you have one of the game's best players, one of the best players of all time.
I mean, maybe it's just a media bite that got taken too far, or maybe it's he does know and talks to Sid about it. But yeah, if you're a Penguins fan, it might be a bit concerning for you. And then you even have Talbot, who says it's not unthinkable. You know, he does say he's not buying into the rumors, that it's fun for the fans and for the media to talk about. Here we are, we're talking about it. I just think if he wants a cup, it really comes down to that. It's the same thing we've been talking about with like McDavid and some of these other people who are really powerhouses, and you know, they're superstar players, and of course they want to rack up awards and they want to win. And when you have someone like Sid who's already won a few, how important is to him? How important is it to him to win another one or two? Like, and if that's really important, then yeah, like I said, he's got to leave. It's just, he's been so involved with Pittsburgh. He's been extremely involved with the building of their new arena when that came out. He's been there through several coaches. He's been there his entire career, and I think you just got to look at Brad. Like, if you want a good comparison of someone who was with a team, did a lot for that team, had been there their entire career, but Brad wanted another cup, and he went out and got another cup.
Yeah, and you know, as a fan of the Penguins, you know, I feel I can't speak for the entire fan base, but I do know how much he means to the city, how much he's meant to the franchise, and you know, I don't want to go against my brother in here, but I almost foresee it happening only in so much as that we would respect him no matter what. If Sid decided that, you know, I did everything I could here. You know, I'm not even. It's not that he's a detriment to the team because he's actually on such a cheap contract for being a legend. You know, if ownership comes to me, if I'm Sid, and say, you know, look, is this what you want to do? You know, we might be able to offload you, build for our future, which would help our franchise, and you could go, solidify yourselves as one of the best of all time by winning another cup. And you got to think about his friendship with Colorado's Nathan MacKinnon, seemingly best of friends. I could see the possibility that he would join someone like that.
You think he'd go to Colorado?
Win another cup. My first instinct would be he would go back to Canada. So to me, that just, him being a fan of Montreal, I could see him going there. His father, of course, was drafted by them, never did play for him, but being a fan of that club coming up, being from, that part of the country, I could see them doing that. And I think a lot of Penguins fans would tip their cap to him and say, look, go get it. I would be cheering for him. I'd buy that jersey, frankly, for him to hoist another one and again be amongst one of the best of all time, be right there with Gretzky.
Yeah, I'm gonna rain on your parade. I don't think he goes to Montreal at all. No way. They're not even close. They lucked their way into the playoffs this year, and I truly mean that. I think that they got so lucky. I think that you had a bunch of original six teams that usually dominate the East that just had a flat year, and Montreal squeaked their way on in. That's my opinion, at least. But yeah, just to continue down this line of thought, like a lot of people talk about his loyalty, and you even mentioned it there, his loyalty to Pittsburgh and what he's done for that city. And I just think about if he's going to go somewhere that has a chance at a cup, and this might be like a hot take or an opinion that a lot of people will boo me for, but I almost wonder if he follows Sullivan to New York. New York's trying to free up cap space. People think it's to bring in someone like McDavid, but I don't see that happening. We're not going to bring McDavid in. There's no way. And if he is going to go to a team that's in Canada, why not the Leafs? They got the whole Marner shit going on. If they got rid of Marner and picked up Sid,
you're making me sick. He'll play for the New York Rangers right after he plays for the Philadelphia Flyers, I'm sure. So good luck with that one. I think if Sid and Sullivan were that close, he would still be coaching in Pittsburgh.
Oof. Okay.
And fuck Toronto.
No, look, I don't like Toronto either. I'm not even sure I want Sullivan being our coach in the Rangers. I don't get a say in it, but it's just one of those things where when I think about where would he go, I don't see him going to someone like Dallas or even to someone like the Panthers. Because the Panthers aren't going to be able to afford him. They're not. Once they get Bennett and all these other guys shored up, they're not going to have any money. And then on the other side of that, it's just like going to a place like Dallas is just like the complete opposite of what Sid even stands for, I feel like. So I don't know if he came down this way to an American team that could pay him and could get him a cup. It's going to have to be a competitive team. And it's going to have to be a team that typically is in the playoffs. And when you think about who could afford him and who has the money, I don't know if he goes to those teams. So you might be onto something. Maybe he goes to Canada. But the Canadians, I don't know if I see that.
Well, here's one for you. What if we had a true Ray Bourque moment with Sidney Crosby? Not saying he would be, as old necessarily, especially because Sidney Crosby will be 50 looking as good as he does now, I'm sure, just with the regimen he is on. But if he joins his friend Nathan MacKinnon in Colorado, I could see handing over the cup to Sidney Crosby to be the first one to lift it in Colorado for the Avs. And I think Penguins fans everywhere would be cheering for him. I know I would be.
Yeah, okay. I could see it. I see it. Gabe is there. They're all there. Passing that cup around, everybody losing their minds. Colorado fans saying the dynasty lives on or it's starting again or some bullshit like that, which we know isn't true. But yeah, maybe he does. It's just crazy to me that it even came up. I think that it's just because everybody has been going on and on and on about McDavid. I mean, we're included. We've been talking about McDavid a lot and whether he would leave Edmonton, but no one's really stopped to question whether someone like Sid would move. And he's the next one, right? He's right in line in those conversations. We talk about who's going to go down in like NHL and hockey history, and he's already built so much fame for himself without even really caring or trying, it seems. Caring about fame, I mean. And so Yeah, if he took Flowers' advice and left, that'd be crazy.
I couldn't see it. I don't want it to happen. I'd be happy just to have him on the team, but it would be great, at least for him, for everything he's given to me as a fan. I would want him to go get that next cup somewhere else if that's what it took. Obviously, the Penguins ownership should get their shit in line. The GM should start bringing players here. We should be building. We still have one of the best. He's still incredible right now. They should still be building. But that's my take on it. That's Taylor's take on it. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us. Go to sportsham.com, check out our website, and follow us TikTok and Instagram.